Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Queen Bean Tarot. You may know me as Jess. Today I'm going to do a eclipse reading. So on March 3rd we are going to be having a total eclipse, and that is when you have the moon here, the sun here, and the earth is perfectly positioned in between, and it's going to look like a big round red circle. This one is being referred to, I believe it's like the red ring, and it's also performing on the worm moon. So which is like, you know, this full moon is, I believe it's like one of the super moons called the worm moon. Correct me if I'm wrong, but yes, so a lot is happening astrologically, and I thought, oh, why don't we just have a look and see what everyone is got going on. So I just wanted to see how this is affecting you, because eclipses are supposed to bring to light, help us see things that we probably don't want to see, or deal with things we don't want to deal with. Things we put off comes to light. It digs up things from subconscious, gets you doing the things you want to do. It makes you step out of your comfort zone as well. So there's a lot of healing with this moon as well, and with this eclipse. So as you can see before you, we've got 4 piles. So I have used the Citadel as our choosing card. So for pile number 1, we have the Runaway, secrets running from problems, and you've got like the cage that's open, but it's like overgrown. You've got all these beautiful flowers, so maybe we're outgrowing something. You also have Aventurine, which is actually very, very pretty there. And I've also put this with the Heartscape Tarot. So this one's a new one. I love this one. But yes, everything that we're using here, so all the oracle cards, everything is on display. So if you want to look up anything, you've got the name, the person who created it, and so on. For pile number 2, we have the Storyteller, viewpoints and control, and we've got that with this beautiful Amethyst. This one will be put with the Kenner Tarot deck. So this, I'm gonna say all of them are beautiful because I love them all. Pile number 3, we have the Adventurer, responsibility, expectations, and this is a cut of Obsidian, which is a type of volcanic glass. So it is quite sharp, and it isn't easy to get Obsidian polished and made in designs. It's just because it's so easy to smash and crack and split. This one, I actually just got this today, so I was like super excited. This is called the Neon Moon. Now this is a futuristic cyberpunk sort of retro design. So it's hot pink. It reminds me a bit of what you call it, Cyberpunk, I believe is the name of the TV series, and also the one with Jinx in it. Oh, it's gonna kill me, but if you know it, please comment below. And for a 4th pile, we have the Dancer, self-expression and strength, and I have this one matched with this. So this is Lapis Lazuli, and it is a perfect triangle. It made me think of, like, isn't there a dance move where it's like the 3-step or something? Yeah, anyway, so that goes with that, and it's actually matched with my Eternal Bloom Tarot, which is by Carol Rubeo, and it's actually being published by Empath Soul. So those are all the ones that we have. I've already shuffled these out. They're already in their piles. At the end of this, we will be spinning this wheel. This has all of the planets, the star signs, the houses, all of that on it. So we'll spin it 3 times per group at the end, just to see maybe what house, what planet, what other star signs might be a pivotal part of your eclipse moon for this year, for March 3rd. All right, so I will see you in your reading. You can choose via any reason. You might choose multiple piles. This is general, not a one-on-one, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. And I'll leave you to make your selection, and I will see you in your choice. Hello, all my beautiful pile number ones. If you chose this beautiful Aventurine, or if you chose the Runaway Citadel card, you could have also chosen the Heartscape Tarot. This is your selection. This is going to be your reading on how the eclipse is going to be affecting you. So with the Runaway, this is about secrets and running from problems. So like I mentioned, eclipses do bring things that we've probably ran from, or things that we have put off. It brings it to light, and it makes you, it's not like it makes you solve it or deal with it, but it brings it up to the point where it's like you can't ignore it anymore, or it can help you feel like you've had enough time, you've prepared, and now you feel ready to deal with it. I think that's the best, like the better way to put it. So it does bring up things that we've probably tried to ignore, or you know, look away from, or it's like now you're feeling ready, like it makes you more capable and ready at this moment in time. I'm also hearing flown the coop, so maybe you're a younger person who has decided it's time to spread your wings and go, you know, your own way. Maybe there's been problems that no matter what, you haven't been able to deal with it, especially if you're living with someone and you're decided like, nah, I'm done. That could definitely be something. You could be moving into a new place for some of you, so I'm seeing the key here. And it's also growing, so maybe it's to the point like you might also have a child that's now finally grown and ready to leave, and you're a little bit I think maybe you could be sad if your children are leaving home, but yeah, or else you are the person who's ready to leave home. You feel like you've grown enough and you know, you're ready to leave. There's also this red string. It reminds me of the red string of fate. Is that it? Yeah. So I feel like this is timing. Like it's the right timing. Now I've already pre-shuffled all of these, so let's see. This is the deep dive oracle cards. As you can tell, it's lovely that they have the name of it right there. I've never used these ones before. Okay, so we have a lotus. So serene wisdom. Walk your spiritual path to find the calm that comes from your higher self. Gentle awakening, which is good. So it's like it's time to, it could be that you've been very slowly dealing with this and you haven't really been aware. So it's probably something you've walked away from. We also have from, this is the starseed, water your garden, nourishment, body care, tenderness, and rest. Very lovely. There's a lot of like, you've got a lot of like plants and flower themes going on here. For every single group actually got 2 of the soul's journey. So these are meant to be lesson cards, but it can give us an idea of like what particular area of your life this could be, or especially once we spin the wheel later on, like if it's in a specific house, it will help us know exactly if this is pertaining to it. So we have gratitude and adversity. Gratitude, I am thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. And adversity, I accept the challenges. I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. So it's as if you're happy for opportunities that come your way and you learn from those. It's kind of nice. Like I know that a lot of people say if you're grateful for what you have, you open yourself up for more. I've heard that a lot actually. This is the Crystal Ball Pocket Oracle. Now I think this is like 13 cards. There's 13 cards in this, so it's very, very small amount that you can get. And this is more about like, you know, when you ask a question, it goes yes, no, maybe, in the future. It's like very basic. This one says not the right time. So you know how I said like it's as if there's something that keeps getting put off. So there's something that you've had to leave and it wasn't the right time to deal with it. Maybe right now isn't the right time. Maybe it's only on the 3rd that's gonna show up, or even after that. So it might need a little bit more time before everything's ready. And that's another thing, is like mushrooms grow especially in dark like murky areas, like with lots of humidity and stuff. So it's probably got to do with like climate or something as well. If you're moving to a different location, it might be darker or more humid in general, but also they take a lot of time. So yeah, mushrooms might be significant. Maybe you need more mushrooms in your, you know, in your diet. You might also dislike mushrooms. But yes, there's also this clock, like time's falling apart. Very interesting. You guys have a very, very interesting lineup. It's also the same like heartscape, like escape. So maybe you're feeling the need to like escape so you can follow your heart. You need to have a change so you can get moving, so you can, it feels like it's like running away, but running towards what your heart desires. Maybe you've had to deal with people who keep telling you no, you can't do that, or you know, not the right time or anything. But you have grown a lot. I feel like you might be ready, and even though you're very grateful for everything that's happened, it's as if it's now you feeling like you now have the confidence. And with, you know, we just entered the year of the fire horse, so there's a lot of change, a lot of growth, and a lot of courage and facing fears, and especially things that are outside of your comfort zone. But yeah, you're definitely, it's as if you're watering yourself, taking care of yourself, even if it's not like, oh, just drinking more water or sleeping at a better time, or, you know, using a cream on my skin to make it healthier and be hydrated naturally, you know, that sort of stuff. That might be what you've been, you know, doing. But even if it's not, it could just be like you're journaling and you're noticing patterns or ideas, or you're seeing like a lack of boundaries, or you're noticing like that was a really cool idea, maybe I can do that. Or you could even be seeing someone who like tried to cage you. You're like actually seeing that, oh, they're not a friend, they're a foe acting as a friend. So they're because the thing is, I love doing these readings for people, but because they're general, oh, it's so hard to get it like spot on, because everyone's going to take all this information in a different way. So that's why I try to explain, like, you know, get as much as I can, and why I probably talk so much, guys. Yeah, so if you don't like my voice, you can click off if that's the point, because like I talk a lot. I do. But yes, let's see, how is this eclipse affecting my beautiful pole number ones? So these are going to be really quick reading, guys. I am still recovering after surgery, so if you notice if I talk softer, or if I sound tired, or as if I'm sick, I'm not. I'm really unwell. I'm back on more medication after the surgery. So you had a lot of cards come out. As you can tell, these are very beautiful cards. So let's start. The Ace of Cups. Ooh, okay, so you're probably feeling a lot of emotional fulfillment. Like you're feeling like your cup is full and you're ready to like step out and go on your own path. Like you're ready to, you know, ready to make a move and do what it is that you've always wanted to do, or there's something you've been wanting to explore. The Eight of Wands is a lot of action, a lot of movement. It could be traveling. Your Seven of Pentacles is waiting for your, what's the word, waiting for you like your crops to come in. You're waiting on like abundance and growth. It's being patient. You could be really, really exhausted of having to be patient. Like I feel like you're ready to go. You're very, very I feel a bit impatient right now. Like I want to stand up and I want to like move. I feel like I want to tap my fingers and stuff. So this energy I'm feeling from you guys is, yeah, is a lot of you're ready to, it's like you want to be, you know that, what's that song? I'm thinking it's where you want to, where do you see yourself 5 years from now? Isn't there a song like that? I'm seeing the words, I'm not hearing the music though, which is ironic because I'm pretty sure I've heard this song before. Is it, oh, it's not In Sync or anything like that. Oh, it's killing me, but yeah, is that a Justin Timberlake song? Oh, I'm trying to think of it, but like, it's like, where you gonna be 5 years from now? So it's as if you want to be that now, like you have the vision, you know what you want, you really want to go for it, but you're like, now I want the results now. But the thing is, what you're doing is going to take time, and I definitely feel like if you guys aren't going for a job where it has a lot of training, you could be having to do some extra studies to get a job. Like, let's say for example, you're like, I want to join this sort of workforce, but I need to have this sort of studies already done. Like, you might need a specific certificate, and you're like, okay, yep, it's affordable, I can do it. But it's like, you forget like that certificate is like a 6-month, you know, certificate to do, or a 12-month, and you're like, that's fine, I can do it really quickly because I want to be working now because I need the pay. And you need the pay to get rid of like maybe debt or to move, and it's like, you're like, yep, I want to do it now. But it's like, to pay off your debts and to save up the money to eventually move, you realize like it's going to take a lot of time to get to that point. You know that logically, but you're impatient. You want to get the results now. You know it's going to take time, but it's like you want to jump. Like, you know, oh, what's that movie, Adam Sandler, Click? You know, he just pauses or he fast forwards, and then it ends up causing more trouble because he skipped a whole heap of time where he wasn't even present. So he doesn't know what's going on. Everything fails. Like, he fails as a father, he fails as a, you know, as a husband, and he's just not even present. And it's like, it's to the point where it's like, the only thing he was really focused on that he wanted to succeed in, which is why he used the remote, was for his job and becoming a boss and stuff, and he succeeds at that, but everything else he had to give up for it. So it's like, you want that now, and you're seeing all the positives, but it's jumping the gun is what I'm hearing. You're wanting to jump the gun, and that's okay, because when you have this much energy, this is a very emotional card, because cups are water, which is emotions, and it means that you're doing something that you have a lot of passion for, a lot of love for, or it's something that you think you have a lot of passion for. So maybe you've never done this before, and it's something you really want to do. This could even be like self-projects. So like, if you want to do something creative, that could be that. Let's see what else we had. Fell out like this, so we take that way. Yeah, okay, it's all like, your cards are rolling in a way that it feels like, it reminds me of like a storybook. You know how like when you're flipping the pages, it's all like pictures, but it makes up a complete story even though there's no words. So yeah, no, it definitely feels like that. The Hierophant is someone where either it's a teacher or a leader, it's someone in the field that you want to do. So like, let's say for example, if you want to be, let's say you want to work in the mines, you're not gonna go and ask someone who is a librarian who's never worked in the mines like what it's like to work in the mines, or what it is you need to work in the mines. You're gonna ask someone who is like, that's something they've done their whole life, they've lived, breathed the mines, and they've done that their whole life, you know. They're going to have the experience, the knowledge, they're going to tell you exactly what you need, because like a librarian will be like, oh, just search up online and then, you know, apply for that. They're not gonna, like, the most they will probably do is like, oh, you can borrow out books on that topic, or you can write up your resume using the computers in the library. Like, they're not gonna have the knowledge or the experience. They're gonna lead you to what you need, but they're not gonna have, it's like, you wouldn't ask someone who isn't, let's say you want to be an author, you're not going to ask someone who isn't a published reputable author on how to be an author. Like, you would go to someone who is a specialist in the field that you want to conquer, correct? So I feel like you're definitely getting information, you're learning from someone. I feel like you might respect this person a lot, and you know, like, this is something you've been working on, working towards, even if you're not physically doing, let's say for example you're not in the certificate yet, you haven't started working on it and you haven't started doing it, you're working on the smaller steps to get to that, because you're sort of impatient, guys. You're really impatient. I can feel like you're ready to go. So the Fool is something you've never done, so this is probably something you've never done. It's really outside of your comfort zone. And with wands are fire, so they're like, you know, a lot of courage and stuff, and this is being like expressing yourself and, you know, being quite protective of what you're doing. So this is if someone was to say don't be stupid, don't do that, it's like, no, this is something you want to do, and it's something you've always want to do. So you're putting up some boundaries as well. The King of Swords, so swords is actually your air sign, so this is again a lot of courage, but it's a lot of mental fortitude. So I've got a feeling you really need to have a lot of mental focus for whatever this is that you're going to do, but it also feels like you need to be prepared mentally as well. So when you see like this with the umbrella, it's like a protection. It's like to stop any rain hitting you. It's sort of, that's what you're gonna be with, like being definitive on this is exactly what you want to do. So you're gonna really stand your ground. You know this is it, and you're gonna stick to it. This is really, really lovely, guys. Like, this is really nice. So I am gonna get some, where are they? Some sea melodies as well, and then I will do, these are really cute, they're all water themed. Let's get something just as information. Just see, explore. Maps show what has already been discovered. Go another way. Doing something you've never done before. It's something outside of your comfort zone. Now let me see and get this so that you guys can see it. Alrighty, so I'm gonna spin this 3 times. As you can see, these mention the star sign, they mention the planet, and they also mention like the house. So for you guys, so we have Venus, Taurus, and the second house. The second house is like about partnerships, balance, release, unity, connections. It's also with Venus. Venus is the planet of, you know, beauty and love and pleasure and romance and sensuality, but it's also of like things that you love, like creating stuff that you love. So we have that. And this is, Taurus is your earth sign. So Taurus and Venus go really well together, to be honest. So Tauruses are very persistent. So they're quite stubborn as well, which this 7 of Wands and a Taurus would make a lot of sense, because a Taurus will be like, no, I'm not gonna be persuaded or talked down out of something I've put my mind to. So this is that King of Swords clarity. And also your Hierophant is a Taurus sign, so you know, it is knowing definitively what it is that you're gonna do. Tauruses are very hard working until they're lazy. Until you sit down and you relax and you're done for the day, you're literally not going to be working on it for the rest of the day. So Tauruses know how to enjoy the good times, but also they're very much stable and dependable, very hard workers. So you might also be a Taurus, know a Taurus. If you have a Taurus sign, look it up. It might be connected to that specific house for you, or the planet it's connected to in your chart. You also have, yeah, Virgo. Virgo's another earth sign. So I'm feeling you might be trying to find a way to make money, make a safe home or a nest egg, something to be able to be safe with, but also this is to do with health. So it's the 6th house, which is like, you know, community, cooperation, harmony. You also have Mercury is all about, you know, communication, it's being intellectual, expression, being quite transparent as well. So this house is also connected to your, let me think, Gemini as well. So Virgos are very practical, very faithful. They're very, very loyal, very lovely people. I know a few Virgos, very lovely. But health and services, so that gratitude, if someone has helped you out in the past, you're definitely going to remember that. If you've helped someone out in the past, so you might actually need to ask someone for help, and remember the people you've helped in the past and ask them if they can help you if you need it, guys. Very important. Again, notice, take what resonates, guys. You might also be thinking of studying in health in general. Like, that could be anything from therapy. You might even be thinking of therapy, or you might be focusing on your health during this time. So do check it out if that's what is going to be popping up for you. Oh wow, and you also have Aquarius. This is part of 11th house and Uranus. So this is your friends. They're an air sign, of course. And Uranus is the, it's all about freedom and awakening. It is about sudden change. So it's like a lot of progress, and a lot of originality. This is actually very interesting. What I love about this is, like, perhaps you're gonna be able to expand and go further and have more freedom when you have the help of friends, because health and services and friends, when you put it all together, you might be getting help from friends. Do mention if any of this resonates, even the putting in the comments the houses that you have, or the star signs, like where these might be placed if you do have them placed. But for you guys, you had Taurus, Virgo and Aquarius. You have Uranus, Venus and Mercury. So interesting. And you also had friends. You had your second house of, like, possessions and love and home, and also health and services. So yeah, you guys have air sign and 2 earth signs, so very important. But yes, if anything resonates, please like, share, comment. If this doesn't resonate, perhaps another one of these piles was meant for you, or if it's not this reading, it's just not this reading. It could be a different time for you guys. Maybe you need to watch this at a different time. But yes, that's your reading for you. The outcome, the 10 of Cups, rabbits. Yeah, and you got rabbits there. Yeah, but rabbits seem to be quite important. If you are like the Chinese New Year, I think if you are a rabbit, do look it up, because your different Chinese zodiac, like, animals react to the year of the horse differently. So it will tell you what is what you should do, or what you should focus on in this year for your zodiac animal. Yeah, check it out, guys. There's been a lot of really interesting things I've been seeing online. But yeah, you're meant to explore this eclipse. So wishing you all the best, lots of love and light, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye. Hello, my beautiful souls of pile number 2. If you chose this beautiful Amethyst, you might have also chosen the Kenna Tarot deck, or perhaps you chose this beautiful The Storyteller from the Citadel Fantasy Oracle, then this is your reading. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If this doesn't resonate, you can always choose a different pile. You could have also came here from a different pole. Maybe multiple resonated. If not, and this whole reading nothing resonates, you don't have to click on it. So we've got the Storyteller. viewpoints and control. So this looks like a mandala, like a, it's pretty, it's very pretty, very unique too. I'm wondering if this is like you need to release control so you can finish a story, or if, you know, you're looking at everything from different viewpoints and so you can finish writing a story. Very interesting. You get a lot from just a simple card. We're going to go through all of these. Every single pile got 2 of the Soul's Journey. Alrighty, but let's dive into Deep Dive Oracle card. You got, ooh, this is beautiful. Really beautiful, guys. So you got True Essence. Let yourself feel all of your emotions and honor them as a vital part of you. Complete self. And just, oh my god, I love this heart. For those of you who don't know, I actually have an anatomical heart tattooed on my chest with flowers. So yeah, I love the sight of anatomical hearts. Always have. But yes, perhaps there's something, when you write with emotion. If anyone is a writer, or I suppose storytellers always tell a story with a lot of emotion. It's like important. For your Starseed Oracle, we got Forge, don't follow, pave a new path, be the leader you wish you had, being original, be original. That's what I'm getting. So your 2 is Abundance and Regret. I am limitless being, and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality, and then regret. I know that I cannot change the past. Okay, so leave the past behind and grow into the future. And then you also have like all your little flowers growing out of the heart. That was instantly the first thing I heard, like leave the past behind and move into a future you'll want. Now this is the Crystal Ball Pocket Oracle, so there is literally only 13 cards in this. It's like very simple, like yes, no, maybe, choose another path, you know, everything like that. So let's get more information. Look, there's a book, like Storytellers. If anyone here is an author, or if there's something you need to tell a story on, like if there's something you want to share, like your story or something, or maybe you want to start a book club, or maybe it's, you know, maybe you've always wanted to work in a bookshop. It's something to do with, you know, there's something you might need to get more, 2 sides of a story I'm hearing. So if you're indeed having issues with someone, like let's say someone's gone around telling a story, perhaps get the other person's side of the story. Don't believe everything you hear or read, especially with the media today and nowadays. Oh, it's terrible. As you can see, there's more growing out of, like, more stuff growing out, and you also have the full moon. So I feel like this is going to be very important for you guys, this eclipse moon. It is very important for everyone, but I feel like when it says get more information, that information might be revealed to you. It really wouldn't surprise me if you guys end up getting the 7 of Swords, because the 7 of Swords is about like something unseen, something secret. It doesn't mean someone's lying per se or keeping things behind your back, but it could be like, you know, you could someone's just, you know, keeping something to themselves, like they're just not oversharing. That one straight up. But yeah, there seems to be, if you aren't a writer or a creator or something, this could be having to do with, I'm sorry, but it's to do with gossip. I feel like there's a lot of stuff happening in the stratosphere when it comes to he say, she say sort of information. Especially, as you all know, America's really bad for it right now, without, you know, going into it. But just in general, I think say your piece, but there's gonna be something that's like, there's information that you're not aware of. It could just be that you need to do something or finish something. If you're working on a project and something's just not, it's not finishing up, or it's not complete or something, it could be that you're dealing with someone who's got that key information Maybe they're purposely keeping it from you, maybe they're not. All right, let's see. Four of Pentacles is something you're really working on hard, trying to keep it all together. The Six of Wands, the Devil, or Death. That's the Death card. Ooh, that's nice. Ooh, okay, I'm loving this now. The Seven. Okay, we got Boundaries. Seven of Wands, 10 of Wands. Oh, we got a lot of work going on. Let me bring these down. We got the Five of Cups, and we also got Three of Cups, and then the Five of Pentacles. Let me set this one here. Alrighty, so your Four of Pentacles is all about, you know, security. It could be you're trying to stay secure in a job or secure with your money income. You're probably thinking of ways that you can make extra money online or with writing or telling a story or something. If you have a story to tell, you might be like, if you're ready to talk about it online, you might be trying to find a way, one of the many platforms, media platforms, where you can tell it, and based on the clicks or the, you know, the sharing, you can gain something from it, like gain some money, which is nothing wrong with that, guys. If you want to make some money from a story that is obviously your own story, or, you know, drama and gossip, some people do, go for it. Otherwise, this could be you're saving, you're trying to save up a lot, or that you're really bad with saving, like you're trying to control something that you need to let go of. With your Six of Wands, this is actually a very good card. It's like victorious. So if you're working on something where, you know how I mentioned like you might be missing key information or something, so you're probably, I'm hearing like gatekeeping, controlling, like you might be, if you're in charge of something, you're keeping it very either close to the chest, or, you know, you're trying to finish it. It is going to come out good because you do have your Six of Wands. So your Six of Wands is all about recognition. It is a victorious, successful accomplishment, but it's like recognition with it, like a spotlight, like, you know, your name is on like the document or something like that, which is interesting. Death is pretty much the end of something, so it could be you finish something and it's time to start something new. That is, don't think that just means, oh, I have to leave a job or something. No, it could be like you finish one project and you're straight on to another. Like you do get recognition, but it's like really quick changeover. Don't know why I use that word, changeover. Interesting. The Fool is about doing something you've never done before. It's really stepping out of your comfort zone. It is, when I like to think, like, because the Fool can be travel, it could be anything. It's something new. But the key point with the Fool is that it's something you've never done. It's something you have no knowledge on, no insight. Like, you've probably looked it up, but you've never experienced it before, if that makes sense. So the Fool is actually pretty good for traveling to a place you've never been before, because it's new. It's like, it's alien in a way. That's probably the best way to put it. Or it's like, you know, a job that you feel really like unqualified for because you've never done it. Like, it's out of your comfort zone. So when the Fool comes up, it's something really brand new, something unexperienced. That's probably, yeah, that's the best way of putting it. So you're going to be chopping and changing straight over from like one thing is done and the next thing is beginning. With the Seven of Wands, now I've got a feeling this new change, if you are going to be changing up with like doing something new, either in a workplace or whatnot, you might even have a new team you're working with. You might need to put up boundaries. If this is something like you're trying to do something online, like tell a story or whatnot, it's probably going to be going really well. And then you start, like, maybe you continue on with the same story, but you do it in a different format, or, you know, like you change it up. you're probably gonna have some people, let's say for example, like you're gonna have people with who are trolls, who are going to overstep, and you might need to put up some more like security measures, like with safety online with your information and stuff, because your 7 of Wands is all about like your boundaries, being very safe and protective. It is about expressing and doing something that you've never done before. So it could be like you're building up courage, from the more you do this thing you've never done, the more confident you get, if that makes sense. So you're either building that up while simultaneously putting down a boundary to stay safe. It is a lot of work though. I think you're getting good at it. If this is something new you're going to be doing, you really enjoy it, but you start putting in a lot of effort. This was making me think of like a side thing that you're doing for fun, and then it becomes it turns into something that you get paid for. So yeah, you might actually get a lot of more demand, a lot of work for this thing that you might have started off as for fun, something that you started off, you know, trying to gain some extra money, and it gets really, really like busy. You get a lot of stuff on your plate, and you actually have to consider on if it's worth it. Like, are you gonna, let's say if you have, for example, 3 jobs, this job is starting, or this hobby or something that you've started off that's really small ends up being so demanding that you might actually have to leave the other 2 jobs. It's like you're considering, like, let's say you're on the pokies and you press the thing and it comes up and it's like you lost 3 coin, you have 2 coins left. Are you going to go another round? It's going to cost you those 2 coins. It's sort of like that, like you're weighing it up on what is going to be worth it. You may also, yeah, if you're going to be considering this, I think you're going to definitely be asking for help. Maybe some insight, looking into what other people offer as advice. Like, you ask for everyone's perspective on it. Like, should I do this? Should I do that? You might even hire some people to help you out. Like, that's how successful this picks up. But you also have the 5 of Pentacles. Do double check how much is gonna, what's the worth? Like, what is the cost? So pretty much with your Pentacles, every time they show up, if it is indeed, like, let's say for example you're gonna ask, oh, is this worth it? It's gonna say yes, but it's gonna cost you something. So either you're gonna have to invest into it, or it's gonna be like, double check like that the money that's coming into this thing is gonna be constant. Like, if it's just a one-off big paying, like, oh, I now need help, and you hire 3 people and then you can't pay for these 3 people to work for you because it was one big pay and then it dropped off, you know, and then you're like, oh my god, now I'm stuck with some huge debt and I'm gonna have to let these people go. Like, just be careful when it comes to finances and investing. Because if you're gonna like put your all into this, it might have been like, it was big for like, it was successful initially and it might be a drop off. So if you're, I feel like this is all to do with like, you know, you completing something, you working on something, you gaining abundance. I feel like all these pile 2s, all of you are gonna be like, people who have multiple jobs, multiple income streams, multiple hobbies, and you might even be doing, this might have actually been a hobby where you try to gain income from. Your Pentacles can be health related, and Wands are typically, you know, your choices and courage and growth and stuff. It's like the physical, like well, Pentacles are like your 3D material, the Wands is more you physically. So it's like the way you look, the way you feel. It's, you know, physical looks and items in abundance and stuff like that. Like what you physically look like, and like what your boundaries are physically. That's why they're fire signs. Well, on the bottom, we do have this. I was just looking at everything, like just seeing the whole layout. You have like no swords. There's absolutely no swords here, which is good. So I think mentally you're really solid. You don't have any drama. You don't have anyone pulling you down. You've got things very solidly packed and set and ready to go. And with this is the Six of Pentacles. This is, you might be finding a good balance with money, with give and take. So if this is indeed, you might have to rely on people for a little while you know you're trying to get this up. This could be you know, like how online, like there's like people can pay for a small like subscription, or like you are totally dependent on people giving you a tip, or being like, you know, like you might need to be really dependent on that, on like the charity of others, like the give or take, or like, oh, I'll help you out this if you like help me babysit on this day. You know, you might be given favors. So there's that. It seems to be a really big building block for you. You're really utilizing this eclipse to get as much like energy, as much happening. So you're really working on something very important to use, and it's going to be very abundant. It will be. It's going to take a lot of work. Like, it's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take so much work, and I think you know that. I think you guys have gotten to the point you realistically know that that's exactly what it's going to take. Alrighty, let's see. This is the Sea Melodies. So I'll pop this in front. So that you can see. They're very cute. Very cute. I love these. So let's see. This is meant to be how it's affecting you. However, if we're looking at that, you're getting better boundaries, you're creating and growing. It's affecting you in multiple parts of your life. Rescue, help others in need or ask for assistance when you need it. That is literally what the bottom card is all about. So your Six of Pentacles is all about give and take, about balance, about charity and helping others. Okay, and then I'm gonna spin, let me bring this forward. Can you see? Yes. All right, I'm gonna spin this just so we can get we can see 3 star signs. As you can see, they have a house sign as well as the planet related to it. So let's see, for you guys, you have the 7th house Libra, which is, Libra is a balancing. So we do have this one here. So Libras are an air sign. They are very charming. They're sincere. They're very fair. They can be indecisive though. And they are the rulers of the 7th house of partnership. So you might need to, like we do have the 3 of Cups here, you might need to build some partnerships. This can be, you know, work related, friend related, partnership in relationships, but it is an air sign, so I'm feeling it's more logical. We also have Venus. So Venus is, of course, we all know Venus is about love and creativity and, you know, pleasure and romance. So there is that as well. So let's see. We've also got Scorpio. So Scorpios are about death and rebirth. A water sign. They are ruled by Pluto. They're very idealistic, very driven. So be careful though, they can be clingy or jealous, but they're very alert. They know themselves. They're very deep understanding people. So they're the kind of people who have done all their shadow work. They've gone to therapy. They know themselves better than they know anything else. Like, they know what they like, they know what they don't like, and you know, this is why they're like, you don't F with a Scorpio, because they know what they will take and what they won't take, and if you happen to overstep, then you're the one who's going to get in trouble. But Pluto is also about, like, you know, all of that, the underworld, regeneration, and subconsciousness. It's also death. It's about death and rebirth. So it's about letting go of some things that don't work for you and going into things that do work for you. It is also related to I don't know if I can get in trouble for this, but sex. So it is definitely related to that. So yeah, maybe you're learning more about that side of yourself as well. But that's what, like, the 8th house is about: action, success, and recognition. Let's see what your 3rd one is. Oh, you got a double, Libra. So maybe like one more. Okay, we have Cancer. So Cancer is a water sign, and it is about house and home, and it is obviously Cancer the crab. It's also the 4th house of comfort, stability, and determination. You might be very determined to get a safe haven, a safe home, or making a home from the things you love. So maybe that's another reason why it seems like you're really hard workers. Like I said, multiple streams. You might be gunning to be able to buy a home. That's very, you know, possible. The moon is, however, about your habits, your security, pretty much anything to do with that. It is, as you can tell with the moon, it's about, you know, your subconsciousness and your feminine energy. So I believe is the mantra of the moon. So it's about emotions and feeling, and yeah. And you also have the moon here as well. So lots to work on. So working on something you love. It's about following something you've probably subconsciously wanted to do for a long time, and you start making money from it. I heard OnlyFans. I don't know why. Very random. If someone's out there and they want to do an OnlyFans and they want to make money from it, don't doubt yourself. Trust me, people will pay. You're wonderful and beautiful, and if you want to do it, do it. Just let's hope none of your family members come across it. But anyway, that's what I have for you, my beautiful pile number 2s. I am leaving you with lots of love and light, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hello, my beautiful pile number 3s. If you chose this beautiful obsidian shard, as you can tell, it's very sharp. You might have chosen that for this pile. You might have also chosen the Adventurer, which is about responsibility and expectations. I also noticed this. A volcano and obsidian is actually a glass shard from volcanic action. Like, it's like the volcanic glass you get. Interesting. I did not realize that. So very unique. So there we go. If you needed a confirmation, there you have it. I'm also going to be using the new Neon Moon. So this is a very retro futuristic cyberpunk. They have Zent for your pentacles, like money. Vials is cups. Wires is your wands, and they have arms, so is your swords, like, you know, to arms. Yeah. Anyway, thought I'd share that. I was so in love with this deck when it came today, and I've like shuffled the heck out of it, so I've been loving it. But yes, let's dive into your reading. So, deep dive oracle cards. Planting seeds. Your ideas, dreams, and efforts have potential to develop into great things. Future promise. So you might be starting something that will, you know, have an abundant outcome with it, or it will grow exponentially. for your starseed, we have Messenger, Sirius Energy, which is the Sirius star sign. Or the star, Sirius. It's Sirius the dog, I believe. Bring in harmony and balance. Interesting. You might be getting a call or a message from someone. Someone might be giving you some information that's going to be vital for something. We'll get some more. Doubt and pride. So everyone got 2. So every single poll got 2 of these. Not that I planned on it, it just happened. But yeah, doubt. I release the need to know all the answers, so letting go of control. And pride. I love myself and see myself in everyone. The thing with pride is some people mistake it with ego, but ego is actually the unhealthy side of pride. So you might be noticing that, or you could be doubting your pride. You could have doubt in your capabilities. It's okay to say you're good at something, or you know how to do something, and that, you know, you have confidence in it. And there's a totally other thing when you're like, I'm better than everyone else, no one's as good as me. That's 2 totally different things. But there's that. You could be doubting your abilities, or you could also be releasing your ego to instead embrace a healthy side of, you know, your capabilities. Very specific with some people, I feel. I've had a lot of people having, like, a lot of people I know having ego deaths. So it's like when you finally see that what you thought was pride was actually ego, and that it was the unhealthy side. And so yeah, I've had a lot of people I've actually known gone through that, and it isn't bad. It's a brilliant thing to do. It's good to grow and learn more about yourself. No need to worry. So this is part of like this set. There's only 13. So if you're over hyperfixated, or, you know, if you're worried about something, oh, this doesn't want to sit now. Oh, then you don't need to worry. There's something that's gonna be, it might be, I have a feeling it might have to do with the doubt and the pride. Something could have happened where you're doubting yourself and you're worried about an outcome. This is telling you not to worry. And with balance and harmony, this could, I'm just thinking, because there's a lot of hands, like hands being out, which is making me think of fairness and being open. So there could be, if anyone does have anything dealing with legal or justice system, it might take a while for answers to come through. But you know how, like, if you know, you don't know if you're on the wrong or right, and you choose to sue someone, you might be in the right, like someone done something against you and you don't know if you have a leg to stand on. That might be it. Like, stand with pride. You are valid in what you're feeling. So if you're like, I shouldn't be so upset about this, I feel like you're valid. Sorry. Apologies, I had to pause for a second. We had someone show up, and they were being loud. As you can tell, I live in a very loud house in a loud neighborhood. It's been noise and noise and noise, and it's to the point I'm used to it. I'm sure all the viewers are not, but I can't make my neighbors all be quiet, or make the dogs be quiet, or make the traffic go quiet. Unfortunately, it's not the way it works. But yes. So just paused for that. 6 of Swords, 5 of Swords, and 7 of Wands. Let's see, what else? How is this eclipse affecting you? 4 of Wands. That one. The 6 of Cups. Interesting. That one. I don't think for the other piles, like I pulled, I don't think I did. I think it's just they came out. But with this one, there's a few where I'm like, I can tell, I can feel it. It's nice when you get a new deck, because you put all your intentions and energy, you like sync with it, and the energy sits up a little bit higher, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense to people. People are gonna be like, this chick's on drugs. No, I promise you, I'm not on the good type. Anyway, so no, we are gonna see what has came out. Wow, you guys might have a lot coming to light. I'm hearing there's illumination happening for you guys. Okay, let's see. And the last one is the 8 of Wires. Okay. And the 6 of Wires. 6 and an 8. Interesting. I'm gonna sit them. Actually, I have enough room back here. Haha. There we go. Alright, guys. So, there's a lot happening for you. I've got a feeling this is gonna be, you've got multiple things getting affected with this eclipse. So like it might be like your job and, you know, your mental health, or it could be like, you know, your something creative and a partnership, or it's like multiple things are gonna be focused on for you guys. So we have, remember, arms are swords, wires are your wands, vials are your cups, and zent is your pentacles. So this might help just with what you guys are also seeing as I'm looking at it. So your 7 of Wands is about, you know, courage. It's about creativity, but it's also about having some boundaries to protect yourself. So you do start off with the 6 of Swords. 6 of Swords is about going to calmer waters, and then you go from 6 to 5. So your 5 of Swords is about like admitting defeat. It's about maybe a conflict or an indecision or a loss of something. Like you might have moved on from a place because you felt defeated. You might have dropped something because you realized like, nah, it wasn't going to be worth it. Or you thought that. You might be focusing more on protecting yourself. If this is something like someone's wronged you, like a circumstance, you might have learnt from that to put in better safety measures so that, let's say for example, someone did wrong you, but let's say there was no evidence of it, like there was no, it was just a he say she say, and so there's nothing legally backing you. You find out, like you go, okay, well now I'm going to be putting cameras to keep myself safe, so if this ever happens in the future, I know I am backed up, I'm safe, I'm protected, I have, you know, proof. The 4 of Wands is about family. You might have your family backing you up. You might be celebrating something, connecting with them on whatever it is. This is whatever you're doing. You might have family just backing you up. Sometimes 4 of Wands is like, I think a lot of people think it's a huge celebration. Typically it just means that it is something that comes along where it's worth celebrating stability and comfort. However, it could just be you having your family having your back, like they're in your corner, like the people you consider family. It can be like you might have a family, if you have someone whose birthdays coming up, try and do a celebration for them, see them, pop in and see them if you can. That, I think that's going to be important. I definitely feel like you're going to be connecting with people you know. The 6 of Cups is about, you know, nostalgia, like people you know, having harmony with the people you know, and the fact that you've got, so this might be, you might have a lot of family stuff happening. The Apprentice is the Page, so the Page of Coins, Page of Pentacles, followed by the 4 of Swords. Okay, so you might be taking a break from working on some studies or a job. You might take some leave. This is instantly followed by the 9 of Wands. So yeah, you might have to be you might need to take some rest. So your 9 of Wands and your 4 of Wands, you might even be considering changing a job position. You might take a break from family. So your 9 of Wands is all about like having the determination to complete something. But your 4 of Cups, so this is your 4 of Cups, this is about, you know, being exhausted, being bored, like you're being offered something and you're just like, oh, another drink, like I just drank 3 of them, why would I want another one? Like you're over it. Like maybe it's monotonous, that's the word I'm thinking of. Like you're very over the monotonous of this, whatever this is that you've been doing. So if you're working on something, you might lose the passion for it. You might take a break to see if you can, you know, get back into it, but it ends up you're trying to grit it out. I wonder if you will. Ace of Wires. So Ace of Wires is the Ace of Pentacles. You might get a new passion or something that sparks you to get back into what it is that you have been working on. This could be a job, this could be a relationship, this could be a partnership, a friendship, a hobby. Definitely something like that. You've got the 7 of Pentacles. It's something you've been working on. So your Pentacles is something that you can gain money from. It's something that can turn into a job, turn into something that you get, that you see a value, material wealth, material items. But it's about being patient. So I feel like maybe you're getting to the point that we are in the Chinese year of the fire horse. So everyone's sort of like not wanting to slow down. You might be feeling that energy because it starts pretty much from now onwards. From March onwards is like you're gonna really feel that energy. And it's also the fact that this is about the eclipse. So the eclipse brings everything to light. So you might actually see, especially after spending time with family and friends and, you know, having them in your corner, and you know, they might make you, it could also be seeing family and friends makes you think of something you said when you were younger, like I really wanted to be this, and yet you're studying this other thing. You're like, oh, I totally forgot about me wanting that other job when I was a kid. Am I on the right path? You might be second guessing, or you might have it might have reminded you the passion you used to have for that position, that other job or something. But you're so far through, you're like, oh, just grit and bear it and finish it and at least have that study or certificate or traineeship or whatever done. I think you're definitely thinking about it just to gain some finances, perhaps, because this is like slowly being able to bring in like something from, it's like I think the original image shows someone like has raked up all of the stuff and they're just watching it to be like, when can I yield something from this crop, you know, gain something from the food I'm growing, when can I finally eat it, you know, when can I finally gain something from all this effort I've been putting in, like I plowed the fields, I've done all this, now where's my crop? It's sort of like that. Like I feel like you're getting to the point where you're getting really like, I don't want to keep on doing it. You're very impatient. Like I feel like you've been such a patient person though. You do have the 9 of Swords here, so yeah, this could be really wearing on you. So if you've had something like you've realized you wanted to do something else, the agent is actually the Knight, so the Knight of Wands. So it's really interesting because you get like a massive passion here, and then it's like, oh, I need to work on it. And the 9 of Swords, as you would know, the 9 of Swords is about like, you know, you're worrying, you know, you're not sleeping at night, you're overthinking. You could also be procrastinating, putting something off that's really important, something that you shouldn't be putting off, something, or you're putting it off and simultaneously worrying about that you're putting it off. I just get that. But like, you do have no need to worry, and this is about worries. Your Knight of Wires, which is your Knight of Wands, is very passionate, very you know, fast-paced, ambitious. So it's kind of, I feel like you're very back and forth, wishy-washy. You might be like, I really want to do this, and then you figure out, oh, I really don't want to do this, and then, oh, I really want to do this, and Then you got, see here, the Five of Wands. This is like you're having to try and work with others to get this to happen, or you get really passionate, but then you like learn that this thing that you want to do is highly in demand, and you have to fight to get a job in that sector, or to get into the study that you need to do for it, or you know, it's gonna be like you need to literally argue or something. I had like the picture of like a courtroom, and you know how like the lawyers all go like they talk over each other and they're like, object, I object, sustained. Like I'm hearing that, like they're really yelling over one another as if it's a competition to yell the loudest. But you do have the 6 and the 8, so you're gonna have a very good, like this, the 6 of Wands, which is the 6 of Wands, is all about victory, success, completion. It is also, I think it's, I'm hearing a hard fought battle. Huh, strange. But you also have the 8 of Warriors, which is the 8 of Wands, which is like fast action. And I think every single one had the 8 of Wands come up, I think. I definitely know number 1 did, like the first pile. So yeah, lots of, once you get it, see first place, yes, you won. And then it's time to go. It's time, let's see what's on the bottom of the deck. Agent of, okay, so this is, the agent is the Knight of Coins, so the Knight of Pentacles. So I feel like once you win, you really start getting a move on, and you start to see the steady trickle come in on finances. Yeah, and the Priestess, so she's all about intuition and emotions and following your intuition. So I feel like follow your intuition. Yeah, it's gonna be worth it. So even though I know, I can tell straight away, you've probably thought about leaving whatever this is, like giving up on it, you might actually find, I wonder if this is I'm hearing, oh sorry, I just got like a massive hit to the head, not like physically hit to the head, but information dump. Are you like away from home and you drop in to see them, and then you end up with homesickness, like you have to leave and you lose a lot of love and passion and desire, like you just want to get done and get home? It's sort of like, it's as if you used to love doing what you were doing, like you could see the outcome, but it's like getting to the end of it and you're getting impatient, and that impatience nearly costs you this. So if this is indeed that, take it what resonates. You do have a lot of wands, like I mean a lot of wands, so this is something that you need to have a lot of courage and passion to keep it going, and this does have a huge, major, abundant ability to be very abundant, because you have a lot of pentacles as well. But yeah, you're definitely having to really push through it. This is gonna be hard, guys. I feel like you guys are you're definitely gonna reap the rewards, but gosh darn, it's not gonna be easy one. It's gonna be very hard for you. And I'm sorry, like even if you do go to family to ask for help, once you've been with the family and you've relaxed and you're happy and you feel at home, it's actually gonna be harder to leave. You know how like when you get a tattoo, I don't know, some people don't, but if you're getting a tattoo, the more breaks you have when you go back to getting the tattoo, it actually hurts more the more time you take away from the tattoo, if that makes sense. So that's what I'm feeling with this. Like you went home to sort of, you know, relax and be able to do better in whatever it is that you're doing, if it's a job, if it's a hobby, if it's a study, if it's just doing something away from home. And once you go back to doing it, you're actually, yeah, you're gonna lose a lot of steam, you know, like, yeah, like a steam train. You're gonna need a lot of coal to finish off this last travel. So yeah, I feel like there was gonna be, like, you can feel it in this, because you're going to places and leaving places, so you're definitely traveling. Seeing the surface of the ocean is not the same as diving deep to see the coral. But let's see what else. So these are sea melodies, by the way. I feel like you guys need more than just one. Rescue, help others in need, or ask for assistance when you need it. You did have you might be, like I mentioned, you did ask for help on something, and the messenger might be someone who's going to give you help. You also have the adventurer, so if you do have to travel for something, it's going to definitely be worth it, but it's gonna be hard. Make sure that you if you find this very hard mentally, which is, I don't feel like you do, I think it's more just missing people, missing maybe the city you grew up in, maybe missing your friends, maybe missing connections, but I don't feel like it's like I don't feel like you're mentally like it's not like it's like really, I don't think you need therapy. I think like this is going to cause you sleepless nights. I think it's going to be stressful, but I don't think it's not so bad to the point where you're going to need medical, you know, help. Like it's not going to be really detrimental to your health and your life due to the mental load or stress. Stillness, in calm waters everything becomes clear. Yeah, slow down. Take it, like, I do know you take a break. I can see that you take a break, but with the stillness, anytime that this gets really bad, meditate. I feel like that's what you need. I was gonna say journal before, but I don't think it, I feel like whoever this is for, journaling isn't probably effective. I don't know why, I just had that feeling. But for you guys, maybe a vision board is a bit better. So if you do a vision board, I feel like that's gonna like empower your passion to keep on going, because you have to keep on reminding yourself over and over and over. But yeah, so the last part is I'm gonna spin this and we're going to get 3 different, so each one mentions like obviously the star sign, it mentions the planet, it mentions the house. So I'm going to spin it 3 times to see what might be most relevant, or if you know star signs, like star signs relevant to you during this time of this eclipse. Ooh, so we got Aries. Yeah, so we have a lot of fire, we have a lot of passion, a lot of you know, self-work and self propulsion, like getting stuff done, like you're trying to work on yourself and propel yourself and get stuff done. Mars is all about action and energy and, you know, passion. It's all about drive. Just don't become too aggressive or into conflict. When it comes to Aries, they are very courageous. So this is something that's probably you're very passionate about. You definitely want to do it. You're very direct about doing it, but it's probably something you're naive about, or Aries are known for being egotistical, and you did have pride, so don't let the ego take over. Like, it is also to do with your first house, which is your house of self. So this is about all about yourself. So very all about maybe you setting yourself up. Alrighty, then we, oh, that was a shite one, but okay. We got Gemini, an air sign. This is all about Mercury's about communication. The 3rd house is all about, again, communication. Mercury has to do with your reasoning, your intellect, being about movement, so travel as well, transportation, about being clear on what it is that you really want to do as well. So Geminis are energetic. They are also very playful, but they're wise and restless. So that restlessness about, that makes sense with if it ends up affecting, like, you know, you're restlessly thinking about everything, especially if you don't have patience. Geminis sometimes aren't the most patient. Yeah. And then we have Libra. So the 7th house for Libra is about partnership. You might need to rely on people, ask for help. I believe you had that, yeah. Ask for help. So I do feel like you're gonna have to ask for help and swallow your pride. I hear you're gonna have to swallow your pride and ask for help. But remember that if you ask for help, that you will also maybe one day be called upon by that person to help them later on. Venus is about passion, love. It is, you know, creativity, pleasure, sensuality, romance, all that sort of stuff. But also partnership can be like, you might get into a romantic partnership. You might also start a new partnership, working at a new, like I'm hearing law firm. I don't know, maybe you guys have something to do with law, or there's going to be a job where it's like to do with contracts and like legally binding stuff, you know. But also, like, your Libras are very fair, they're sincere, they are restless as well. So you've had to come up about restlessness because your air signs are more restlessness. Libra and Gemini are both air signs, and then you have a fire sign. So I feel like you're very passionate, you got a lot of fire and drive for this, but do be prepared for all the things that come with doing this passionate thing. So those are the 3 most common for you. If you know what your chart is, your birth chart, you know where they're placed, or you know where it's what placements you have for your planets, of Venus, or if you know your Mercury, or you know your Mars, if you know where they're located, that can give you a lot of context as well. All right, my beautiful pile number 3s, this is the reading I got for you. Let me know if it resonates in the comments below. Leave a heart emoji if you don't know what to say. And I'm leaving you lots of love and light, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye now. Hello, all my beautiful pile number 4s. If you chose this pile either via the Dancer card about self-expression and strength, or even about chose it by, oh, don't ask me what about, you could have chosen it because of this Lapis Lazuli triangle. I'm hearing it being like pointed direction. Maybe you have been directed to this. You could have also chosen due to this deck, the Ethereal Bloom Tarot. I love this deck. I love it. Favorite deck. I have a lot of decks, so I have a lot. There's too many. My mum keeps telling me. Well, let's jump in. So you've got, from the Deep Dive Oracle cards, you've got the Mystic Glimpse. You have a powerful ability to see beyond illusions and find what truly matters. Enigmatic sight. I've got a feeling you might have a very strong third eye, my darlings, and that's why you find life is like a dance. You might find that it's like you go with the flow. I feel like you have a lot of trust, a lot of trust in the universe and what's going to happen. If that doesn't sound like you, we'll see what else comes out. So for your Star Seeker, you got star bathing, light body, crystal grid, transmission, activation. If you're not indeed very intuitive, this eclipse can be activating that for you. Massive things that happen in astrology does tend to affect everything. I mean, the moon affects our tides and the animals and even our bodies. Lunatic is a word that was created because during the full moon it would affect our bodies and our minds, and we used to be crazy. It's like when cats are doing zoomies, you know. So of course it affects everything, so I don't see why it wouldn't be possible, you know, for it is indeed possible, not impossible. Trust and humor. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. A lot of intuition, guys. Gosh, a lot. And then you got humor. I choose to focus on the lighter side of life. I've got a feeling you might laugh off a lot of things. Like, you might even laugh off things that, like, isn't a laughing matter. You know, like, you tell someone a story and they're like, oh my, and you just laugh about it and they go, oh my god, are you all right? Like, you might have a very strong intuition because when you were growing up you weren't treated right. Yeah, I'm getting that. For others, it could be you hide behind humor, or it is a massive part of your character. And then this is from the Crystal Ball Pocket Oracle. There's only 13 cards. So north, south, choose a new direction. And you also have, again, an eye, as in seeing, and the moon. So this eclipse seems to be huge for you guys. Maybe it's awakening your intuition, or it could be something that's going to chart you into a new direction, and you're just to follow your gut, follow your intuition, and go with it. Alrighty, so let's see how this is going to be affecting you. Like, what parts of your life, I don't know why I keep talking, what parts of your life it might affect. I'm also going to be, this has all of the star signs on it. It also has house and planets on it. So just, yeah, I'm going to spin that 3 times at the very end to see what we get. I wouldn't be surprised, from what I'm seeing, you guys have a lot of major arcana, lots of major arcana coming out. I feel like this is going to be monumental for you. Do remember that we are also in the War Horse. Oh, maybe you need to watch that movie. There's a movie about war horses from the war. It's based on a true story. It's got Tom Hiddleston in it. He's in it for a brief moment. But yeah, it's about the horses they used in the wars, or in the war. I believe World War II. I'm not really the best when it comes to that, but yeah. So yeah, it's very interesting. Maybe you need to watch it. But the fire horse is the horse of the Chinese New Year. So, which means a lot of action, a lot of progression, and based on whatever Chinese zodiac animal you are. So if you're born in search up what year you're born in, find out like what your zodiac animal is, and based on that determines on how the fire horse actually affects you this Chinese year. Anyway, so we have the 8 of Pentacles. Ooh, okay, we are definitely working on something. You've got your skills that you're trying to craft. You have a lot of determination, guys. So we have the Dancer here. It doesn't mean you have to be a professional dancer, guys, but it just means that there's something you're doing that you're following your intuition on, and you're growing and you're doing what you can. We also have the 7 of Swords. So your 7 of Swords is actually about your boundaries. You could need to put up a boundary against someone. You might be uncertain about something, or you feel like you're moving too quickly. Sorry about that. My dad needed help with me finding the bottom right corner of the fitted sheet. Once you get one corner on, he's good, he's set, but he always needs help with finding the first corner. Yes, like we were going, 8 of Pentacles. So you're working on something. You could be working on anything. This doesn't have to be a job. It doesn't have to be a studies. It could be a hobby. You could be learning. Like, let's say you're like, oh, I got this picture in my head and I want to draw it, but I can't draw. So you study, you look it up, you get like the things you need to, you know, get into drawing or learning to draw a little bit better. You might get books on it, or might be watching tutorials and stuff. But the 7 of Swords, it is about something unseen. It's about someone being sneaky. You could be very careful. If there's something you're working on, this could be maybe you're earning more money and you're keeping your finances quiet, like you're not sharing. You're being strategic, I'd like to say. You're taking careful steps. So as you can see, she's keeping this sword hidden. Others can see the other swords. Everyone can see the other swords, but they can't see this one, and this is sort of for protection. So with this one, I'd say that if there's something you're working on, you're not sharing it. Maybe you've had people bring you down in the past where they like, you're like, I'm doing this, and like, you're not good at that, and they literally, it could be over a long period of time, they rip you down. Or you feel like once you've shared it, like you've shared what you're working on or doing, you don't fall through with it, or follow through with it. Like you fall on your sword with it. For others of you, there might be a friend, quote, who isn't a friend, and that's why you're not sharing with them anymore. I feel like you're following your instinct and your intuition on that. Something's gonna probably, if there is someone who is untrustworthy, who isn't really a friend, you're definitely gonna be dealing with that during this eclipse. This eclipses are amazing, transformative, but they bring light to the things that typically go unseen. Four of Wands is typically about a celebration. It could be that you're seeing family. You could be keeping this from your family as well, as that's always something. I'm not feeling a real negativity about this. I feel like this is more of a precaution, but for some of you, this is gonna be keeping it quiet. I think it's just in case things don't go the way you want to, but you're following your intuition, so it's gonna be fine, guys. I feel like like if you choose to do something new, like choose a new direction, it's gonna work out because you're following your intuition. The Star, oh my gosh, I love the Star. I really love the Star. So it's about rejuvenation, hope. It could be about healing. So if you are indeed, you could be healing some bonds with family and friends. The Devil is about, you know, fear. You could fear that you might be taking a chance and it's going to fail. This is also about having to trust someone. You know how you do a trust fall? And the person who has had their trust broken, who has had that happen over and over, they can't. They keep stopping themselves short of actually fully falling. And it's not a you problem. It is fact that like this has happened and you've been proven right again and again and again. And that is why, you know, this is why you don't trust. This is why you have this fear. And it's something you're trying to either heal or work on. It is going to come full circle and you will be victorious. But let's see, what's the bottom card? Two of Pentacles. Ooh, I love seeing Pentacles. I don't know, it's maybe because I'm an earth sign. So the Two of Pentacles is about balance. It is about partnerships as well, like working with someone. So if this could be a relationship for a few of you. The World is all about victory. So it's like, it's the last card in the like major arcana, and it's about like accomplishment and completion. This is about, you know, being healing. You're getting there. You've got your second lease of life. You're rejuvenating. You're healing. You're very happy and joyous though. So the thing with the major arcana is that major arcana cards last longer. They're more pivotal, they're bigger, they last longer, and I feel like with yours, you're very focused on something. Like this is like the main thing you probably wanted to deal with. The main thing, it's very important to you guys. Number 4, very important. You're gonna be victorious. This is the card, like if I was like, oh, I've got a event I'm going to and it's competitive, I want to know if I'm going to win, and this came up, yes, I'm going to win. If I'm doing a test, am I going to pass it? Yes, I'm going to pass it. So yeah, you have, it is very victorious, but it's victory that you share. It's victory that is noted by your community or your family and friends. And the fact that you have the Four of Wands is about, it is about celebration, but it is about stability and comfort. So it might be like you finally have the stability and comfort, or you feel like you're in a good place with family, because typically this is when you have family reunions or get-togethers. It can be about a birth in the family, or a death in the family, or a marriage, or a, you know, when family come together for family events, for reunions, for a birthday. And because we've had family and then the star, I feel like maybe we're healing family connections. But there is a fear. There is something that's either you feel chained, like you have to put in the effort, or you're feeling a fear that it's gonna all fall apart again. Two of Pentacles is about balance, though. You do have a very healthy balance. I'm actually kind of curious. So it is bringing this to light. You have a Queen of Swords. Now, she doesn't deal with BS at all. She does not deal with the BS. She puts up strong boundaries. She doesn't let anyone step a toe over it. You're gonna be very mentally fortified, I'd like to say. I do want to see how this outcome is, but it's not about an outcome. This is about what or how the eclipse is going to affect you. I think it's going to affect you with you being able to see, because it's all about trust, intuition, seeing things. You're definitely going to see what you hadn't seen before. So I think you're going to see something and then you're going to deal with it. I think you're going to try and work on it. If it does fall through, it doesn't matter, because you're the one who's... I feel like if this is indeed like a partnership, a friendship, family bonds, if it is, you're trying to deal with toxic stuff. If indeed it doesn't work out and you end up saying, you know, stuff you're going to miss me when I'm gone, and you leave, literally when you leave, you have, you know, your peace and you're quiet and you don't have these gossips and this issue, and you're not dealing like with, if you have a narcissistic parent, I'm feeling that it's going to be victorious for you. Otherwise this could be, you know, if you like overcome a fear, you could be healing some past things, which this could be if you're working on, it could be paying off debts, it could be you're working on clearing past fears, or you are working on it could be addictions, it could be egotism, because you do have like there is, I was thinking, no, it was the last one. If you were drawn to pole 3 at all, if anything drew you to that, I believe they had egotism and pride in theirs a little. You might find something there. But yeah, with the devil, it is materialism, addiction. It can be restriction. You might restrict someone. There is a whole heap of chains coming off of this devil here. You might be keeping something close to your chest, and this is about secrecy. I am quite curious. These are just your C melodies, just to get something. So for you guys, these are very interesting. It's like it's right on point, but not giving it all away. Oh my god, the dancer and dance. Hell, I can't write this if I tried, guys. I could not write it if I tried. So dance, take inspiration from the moonlight dancing on the surface of the sea. And direction, trust your inner compass and find your bearings. Jesus, this is really uncanny, guys. It's so uncanny. It's not even, it is sort of funny, but not entirely. I can't get over it. In Voyage, set sail on a new course, which it said choose a new direction. Oh my gosh. Okay, yep. Well, if you needed confirmation, if you're, you know, to follow your gut instinct, then yeah, your gut instinct is spot on. It really is. Okay, let's put this one down here and bring this up. So I am going to spin this 3 times for you guys. And I am gonna see, like, as you can tell, so we got Libra with the 7th house with Venus, and it's an air sign. It's about partnership, so it tells you everything about it. We're gonna spin this 3 times to get, you know, 3 houses, 3 star signs, 3 probably relevant planets, just so we can get a nice variety. And it's better than doing dice. I don't know, I'm not a big fan of die, like the dice that you get. Yeah, so I just go with the wheel. So yes, let's see. This could be you, this could be the house that it's pertaining to, or it could be another person. You have a lot of other people seeming to be very important to this right now. So even though it's all about you, like your intuition, your trust, it seems to be your compass for dealing with others. So you have Pisces of the 12th house, Neptune. So it's all about that. This house is the house of spirit. So when it comes to Pisces, you have you're very, you know, a mystical, intuitive, sympathetic person. So you're very empathic and you're very caring. However, do be careful, because you can be quite passive or escapist. You like to not deal with things. So this could be that you're finally going to deal with something you've been wanting to deal with. But yeah, do also remember that Neptune is a dreamy planet. And obviously your Pisces are very sensitive, and if your intuition is very strong, you might have a really good tap into, you know, feeling your sensitive emotions and stuff like that. So you guys, if out of the whole group, I'd say you are my most psychic ability kind of readers and watchers. Like use people could probably already know all these cards. You know exactly how this reading like portrays to you, and you know you got what you needed from this. This is probably why I feel like I'm not getting the full picture, because I'm not you, and this is a general reading, so this can apply to everyone differently. This is also water, which is very emotional. So if you know a Pisces, or you know where Pisces is in your chart, this will help out a lot. You also have Leo. Okay, so they are, you know, your sun sign, which is like to it's your ego, your vitality, your purpose, your life force. So that's what the sun is. Leos are very vivacious. They are protective. You might be trying to put down protection for yourself. The devil could be you are putting people in contracts to keep yourself safe. That's also another thing. But don't be too controlling. Like the Queen of Swords here, direct, do things to the letter, and put up a boundary, but don't overstep your own boundaries. Boundaries are there for us to gain data. So if you put up a boundary and people respect it, then you know they are trustworthy. If you put up a boundary and people press on it, or try to overstep it, or try to challenge it, you know that they are not trustworthy, and to finally get rid of them, because they will not, you know, respect your boundaries. That's what a boundary is for. It's for you, and to see how people react to it. It's to ascertain who is essentially a villain in your story. So that's what boundaries are for. That's how I utilize a boundary. If I create a boundary and someone oversteps it, I know that I can't trust them, and I know to remove them from my life, especially if you like, if I live with them, which I do, I can't as much. So there you have it. But yeah, this is also the 5th house is your house of pleasure. So it does have to do with instability, stress, and conflict. Interesting. But it is also your pleasure, doing everything that you love, doing things that you find pleasure in, and to anything that is pleasurable for you, your job, your everything like that. This is fire as well. So we had Pisces, Leo, and for crying out loud, there we go, sometimes you gotta hold it so it gets a good spin. Anyway, we got Gemini, an air sign, so we got water, fire, air. You got a nice variety, which makes sense because you guys seem to be focusing on getting to a balanced outcome. You not only just material and income, but I feel like there's like an emotional stability, an emotional, like, you know, you've done everything right, you know, you've protected yourself and you're happy with it. Very lovely. But yeah, the Mercury is about communication. I feel like you say your piece. So if you do have to remove anyone, you say your piece and you're out. That's it, I'm out. Mic drop. So communication, the third house, when it comes to Gemini, is, yeah, communication, of course. So very energetic and playful. They're very wise but also restless. You could be dealing, if you indeed know that this is a specific person, they could be two-faced or judgmental. I would say if possible, if you're not sure if they're talking behind your back, talk to the friend group or somehow get invited to the friend chat, because I've got a feeling that this person might not just be two-faced with other people. So if you notice they're two-faced with other people, chances are they're two-faced with you as well. I'm not saying all Geminis are two-faced, it's just that there's about boundaries and protecting yourself, and I feel like someone might be untrustworthy with that. But yeah, communicate, be as clear as possible. But yeah, I feel like you guys, I feel like I don't have to tell, like, you know the saying, like, I don't have to tell you, you already know. I'm getting that feeling. So I feel like if you don't know yet, this eclipse is gonna be a wowzer for you guys, because you're gonna see clearly, very clearly. Alright, my beautiful pole number 4s. If anything resonates, please like, share, comment, leave a heart emoji if you want to. I really appreciate it. It does really help with the algorithm, and as you can tell, I haven't been online very much because I've been so very unwell since I've had my surgery, but I'm slowly trying to get more content back up for you guys, for anyone who likes to watch these or finds that I do resonate with them. Yeah, so it definitely helps. But thank you so very much, and I'm leaving you with lots of love, light, and positive vibes, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye now.